If you are 65 or older and you're on Medicare right now, I need you to stop scrolling and stay with me for the next few minutes, because Medicare just confirmed something that's about to hit a lot of people's bank accounts this year, and most seniors have no idea it's coming until the bill shows up. If your income on your 2024 tax return crossed $109,000 as a single filer, or $218,000 filing jointly, you have stepped into what the agency calls an income-related surcharge on your Medicare Part B premium. And depending on how far over that line you are, that surcharge climbs tier by tier, all the way up to $689.90 a month, not by a little. We are talking about close to $487 more every single month, on top of the standard premium, almost $6,000 a year, and it gets pulled straight out of your Social Security deposit before you ever see it. Here's the part that catches people off guard. This isn't based on what you're earning today. It's based on your tax return from 2 years ago. So a one-time event back in 2024, a Roth conversion, the sale of a second property, a lump sum withdrawal from a retirement account, even a spouse's final year of work, can be quietly raising your Medicare bill right now in 2026. Long after that income is gone and spent. And once you cross a bracket line, even by $1, you don't pay a prorated amount. You pay the full surcharge for that entire tier. That's not a typo. $1 over the line, and the whole bracket applies. No one from Medicare or Social Security is going to call you and walk you through this. No one is going to sit you down and explain that your premium just jumped because of something that happened on your taxes 2 years ago. The system runs the calculation, it adjusts your premium, and the new amount simply shows up. Smaller deposit, higher bill, no explanation attached beyond a notice that most people skim past or never fully understand. The burden of catching this, understanding it, and doing something about it falls entirely on you. That is exactly why this video exists. Stay until the end, because the last step I'm going to walk you through is the one almost nobody takes. And it's the only one that actually moves money back into your pocket. Here's the roadmap. Why this surcharge happens, how to check whether it's hitting you, and exactly how to fix it if it shouldn't be. If you're not subscribed yet, do that right now and turn on the bell. Medicare rules, premium brackets, and correction procedures change every single year. When they change, nobody from the government sits down and explains what it actually means for your specific situation. That is exactly what this channel does. Subscribe and let's get into it. So let's talk about how this actually works in plain English. Medicare calls this the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, or IRMAA for short. The standard Part B premium for 2026 is $202.90 a month. That's what most people on Medicare pay. But if your modified adjusted gross income, what Medicare calls your MAGI, came in above $109,000 as an individual, or $218,000 filing jointly, on your 2024 return, you move into one of 5 surcharge tiers. The first tier brings your premium to $284.10. From there it climbs, $405, then higher still, until, at the top tier, generally around $500,000 or more in MAGI for an individual, or $750,000 for a couple, your premium reaches $689.90 a month. Per person. If you're married and both of you are on Medicare, that's per person, meaning the household impact doubles. There's an even sharper version of this trap if you're married but file your taxes separately. In that structure, there's almost no middle ground. Cross $109,000 in income, and you can jump straight into one of the highest brackets, paying $649.20 or $689.90 a month, with none of the gradual steps that joint filers get. The reason this catches people off guard is the 2-year look back. Medicare doesn't look at what you're earning this year. It looks at the tax return you filed for 2 years prior. So your premium for 2026 is based on your 2024 income. If your income has dropped since then, you retired, a spouse passed away, you got divorced, or you simply stopped earning what you used to, the system doesn't know that automatically. It's still calculating your premium off old numbers until you tell it otherwise. That's the gap this video is about closing. It's also worth understanding that this surcharge isn't some obscure footnote. It affects a meaningful slice of people on Medicare every year, and the standard premium itself has been climbing fast. It rose from $185 in 2025 to $202.90 in 2026, an increase of nearly 10% in a single year. Layer a surcharge tier on top of that increase, and you can see how a premium that used to feel manageable turns into a real monthly hit. Let me make this concrete. Carol is a retired school teacher in Sarasota, Florida. In 2024, her last year before fully retiring, she pulled a larger than usual distribution from her retirement account to cover a home repair and help her daughter with a down payment. That pushed her 2024 income over the $109,000 mark for the first time in her life. She didn't think much of it. She'd already retired, her income had dropped back down, and she assumed Medicare would simply catch up once her newer, lower income showed up on a future tax return. It didn't work that way. In early 2026, her Social Security deposit was smaller than expected, and when she checked, her Part B premium had jumped into a surcharge tier she'd never been in before. Carol is a fictional example I'm using to illustrate how this plays out, but the mechanism is real, and the fix she eventually used is the same one I'm about to walk you through. Because that one-time 2024 withdrawal no longer reflected her actual income, Carol had grounds to ask Medicare to recalculate her premium using more current numbers instead of waiting for the look-back to catch up on its own. Now for the part that actually matters, what to do about it. Step 1. Find out where you actually stand. Go to SSA.gov and log into your My Social Security account, or look at your most recent benefit verification letter or Medicare premium notice. Compare what you're being charged against the 2026 standard premium of $202.90 a month. If your number is higher than that, you are in a surcharge tier, and it's worth understanding why. Step 2. If your income has genuinely changed since that 2024 tax year because of retirement, a job loss, the death of a spouse, a marriage, or a divorce, you may be able to ask Social Security to use more current income instead of the older return. The form for this is called the SSA 44, officially the Medicare Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, Life-Changing Event Form. You can find it by searching SSA 44 on SSA.gov, download it, and fill it out with documentation that supports your changed circumstances. Step 3. Call Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213. When you reach an agent, here are the exact words to use. I'd like to file an SSA 44 to request a new initial determination on my Medicare IRMAA because I had a life-changing event that lowered my income. That single sentence tells the agent exactly which process to start, instead of leaving them to guess what you're asking for. And here's the step almost nobody takes, the one that actually moves money. Most people assume that once their income drops, Medicare will automatically notice and adjust their premium downward on its own. It will not. The look-back system is not designed to self-correct in real time. It simply applies whatever your most recent reported tax year shows, year after year, until you proactively request a new determination. If you've had a qualifying life-changing event, filing the SSA 44 yourself is the only thing that triggers a fresh look at your numbers. Skip that step, and you could keep paying an inflated premium for years longer than necessary, even though the income that caused it is long gone. There's also a separate 60-day window to formally appeal a notice if you believe the tax data Social Security used was simply wrong or outdated. That's a different process from the SSA 44, but worth knowing about if your notice doesn't match your actual tax return at all. So here's where that leaves you. If you're on Medicare and your income crossed $109,000 or $218,000 filing jointly, on your 2024 return, your Part B premium could be sitting anywhere from $284 up to $689.90 a month. And if that income was a one-time event that's no longer your reality, you may not have to keep paying it. Check your current premium against the $202.90 standard. If something's off and you've had a genuine change in circumstances, file that SSA 44 and make the call. If you found this useful, send it to one person you love who's on Medicare right now and might be paying more than they need to. One share takes 10 seconds, and it might be the only reason they ever hear about this before it costs them another year of overpayments. That is what this channel is here to do. I'll see you in the next one.